Chippo's over for that team too. Full red ready to go. That's a good looking set, dude. Oh, those shoulders look so good, dude. They did some good work with them with Dragonflight sets, honestly. Lot survival, hell of a mog. Piety, Survival Hunter. We got ourselves Mick, we got ourselves Murder Wing, as well as Varkanara farming, bro. Not enough people do it. Instant silence out for Chills onto Forsaken. Instantly just clobbering down with the army of undead. Seeing AMS, Chills back it up out of the completely. Sending out as much rage damage. Look at him just raging down Forsaken. He's got some Redders on him, but Forsaken might be in a bit of trouble. Try to see if he can get himself line of sight. Got himself that death pack, but not a lot of healing, especially with all that cleaving damage from range for Chills. With Epic Morale is gonna be up next, charging out, instantly hit with a slow. Chilpa's might need a Stonebreaker here. Immediate Stonebreaker is just running in to try to see if he can bait a Hodge out of him. Doing some damage in the opener, and is gonna back up out of there before AMS runs out. Morales mounting up on a horse, charging at him, gonna be slow immediately for Chills. It is gonna back up out of there. Needs to make sure that the riders are on Morales. That extra pet damage is gonna be kind of brutal, by the way, especially if you get yourself a tier set. Cause that's gonna make the big silence onto Morales, full army of undead. Does not look like no. He's not running tier set. Otherwise, we'd see White Mage. Look at that pet damage. The pets are just leaving him apart. He just pressed lay on hands, and his health is already on nearly half health. What is this burst? Chills is able to burst him down with a big apocalypse. Just walk up out of there, let the pets claw him down. Wake of Ashes stunning the army of undeads as they're falling apart little by little. Quick kick onto Morales. Needs to be very careful with that Hodge. Pre-AMS on the Hodge is going to be huge. I don't know if he has any other outs, otherwise human racial. Blind as he drops down Dome. Epic Morales with a quick heal. Interrupted Unholy. Not going to be able to get a bubble at him, unfortunately. At least I don't think he is. Bubble is out. Chills just needs to live. Wraith walking out of here. He just got his boots on and he's walking out of here. Walking on out of here. Horsing on out of here. Horsing around in this arena. Full silence on the Morales. Might be a big execute. Range damage in the Unholy Death Knight. Summons up the army of undead, letting them claw and tear at the target as he backs up out of them. Big Chicken on a fast approach, able to dodge out away from those Death and Decay. Chills waiting now for the Death Pack to be gone. Chills seeing Big Chicken popping out into Boomkit form for a second, setting the pets in. That a ghoul or A-bomb should do a decent bit of damage if he can stay on top of Chicken. Looks like he does dissipate. Chills are waiting out. Every 45 seconds he got some big bursts, but he may have to wait whatever cooldowns allow him. He may not be able to fight outside of his CDs, unfortunately. Unholy Death Knight may be a little bit too much of a cooldown heavy of a spec. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Which map you'd like? Yeah, we can do less of like pillar humpy maps if you guys want to. A lot of maps have pillars and there's not much you can do about it. But like, we can do Lordaeron if you guys want. We can send you guys into Lordaeron. Then there's, what is there? There's the Black Cold. Is that pillar humpy? There's a pillar, like down the middle. But like, you know, silence into a rude by Big Chicken gives an opportunity to get some cast off. This is actually massive. It's going to be some barrages out with Star Surges. Shilpa's able to go behind the pillar. That's still a lot of damage. And you also got the Dryad walking in too. I wonder if the Dryad was able to help Big Chicken bank up a massive Star Surge. I want to see this next Kamehameha he's got going on. Chills may need a silence for it. And lock it down, not let it do anything at all. Trying to go for root on the pet. Does he get the dots? Disarm, silence to trade. Walking out of there. That's a full army of undeads walking in. Does get a short stun with a shadow meld, which is massive. Full trees are in. Trying to get himself a big setup. There's going to be Star Surges in, but mad damage on the Chilpas though. Huge output onto Big Chicken. Does go for the bash. Needs a lot of healing right now. Trying to get some rats. Actually got a lot of damage with the Chills, but barely. Chills does end up doing just a little bit more than he. That is a lot of damage, and Chills left with not a lot of health. RMPXO. Technically, Chills does have Death Pack. Is going to go for Death Strikes. Through that Death Pact is brutal. Trinket immediately for RMP. Got himself some Shadow Strikes. Blades out and everything available. Chills does not have a lot of defenses to work with here. AMS, Death Strike's barely doing much though. Unfortunately. If he was given an opportunity to let that, Murder Wing with a full combo. Wait, is RP just dead? Blind? You don't trinket that. Do you even have a trinket? Are you just running like combat damage trinkets? RP trying to see if he can get himself a reset. Does go for a cheap shot. No outs. Murder Wing's gonna need something here to live. May need an immunity. Immunity. Does get immunity. Does he have the damage though? Disintegrate? Hopefully he walked in with a PV. Maybe he was in PvE gear? Maybe, maybe not. Hard to tell. Lotto does have the pet. It does actually casual RMP, it looks like. I think Wards of Massive Pillars. Okay. Lord Iron? I get a Lordaeron. Yeah, if you guys are wanting maps with less pillars, I feel like the Grand Pillars are not the biggest. Rip to my Rogue, you're fine. Wait, unless you made a mistake with your gear, I think you'll be fine though, right? Unless Survival Hunter is just that hard of a counter. Survival Hunters and Hunters in general can be a little bit tough though, to be honest. Especially with them grenades as a Lotto. Yeah, that is a lot of damage. Just walks in, flank and strike, taking him out. Layson, last one left over for the team one. He's got 3 to get through him. Lotto is going to be first. Final red connecting. Got himself a lot of that explosive damage. Shrink and Scatter walking away from Layson. I like how Scatter does not... Actually, you have a shield. That's probably why he didn't break, did it? Wait, Lotto is playing survival. He's playing that Sentinel. So he does have big grenades, actually. He does have some juice big grenades. If you can have that rain, the star rain, or... Lunar Storm, still connect with Layson. Flank and strike, big damage potentially. Got himself huge grenades. Layson with a quick blind. Does he have himself another big hammer setup? He's got wings. Big hammer potentially. Stun. Hammer 1. Let's go for hammer 2. Big explosion and Layson having to fight versus Mick immediately. Blasting protection. May need to come out here. I don't know if he lay on hands. Bubble instead. Is gonna go for hammer. Shatter is gonna break past the bubble. Layson is under a ton of pressure right now. Unless he can find a way to get away from Mick and go for a blind, do something, anything in order to keep himself alive. I need my escape. I need my escape. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. As a rogue, for sure, for sure. Blessing and Saying helps him live that stun. Stun back into Mick. Mick does not get a reflect. Hammer down. That's going to give him some survivability. Disarmed. I think he still go for a second hammer unless he doesn't have the tier set. Second hammer does come through. He does have a second hammer. Big charge out for Mick. Layson's last immunity was up. Next stun wins this though. Could be anyone's game. Mick or Layson. Another hammer? And you lived it? Thank God it didn't crit. Layson built up for a free hammer proc. Shield of Vengeance. Walk it up with Mick. Mick needs a little bit of healing. Again, next stun I think wins this. Defense stands for second. Massive hammer. Mick may just die to Shield of Vengeance. Unfortunately, Shield of Vengeance does take him with Varka charging out. Question is, does Layson have a lay on hands? If you got lay right here, he might be okay. But maybe not. Nope. Never mind. I just said, by the way, that thing looks good. Look at the damage. And chills with 3 massive bursts out of this guy. Layson, though, does get the tier set, does get the hammer. Drop it in. RMB picking up 2. It was against like 1 against the Death Knight and 1 I think against the Evoker, right? Let's get another go. Don't forget PvP. You're all good, boys. All good, all good. We get another one going.